I just wanted to share my journey on how I got here. I said that my friend Armin is getting married. They were getting married at Pittsburgh, and that's a 4-hour drive. So that would have happened on a Saturday, and then the 31st came up, which is a Sunday. I ended up home. I was very indifferent about what I was watching. Recap of 2023. It still wasn't sitting with me that, I'm going to be out of this house in a couple days. We had our heartfelt goodbye. Yeah, 2024 is my year, and I'm happy to start this chapter here in my new place. Hello. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of I'm Just Sharing with Shaunda. I am Shaunda. Hello, guys, and I just wanted to share a small part of this journey of my new crib. What's up, y'all? I'm just super happy to be here. I feel like this might be a short one. But I just wanted to share my journey on how I got here now. I wanted to say, since the episode A Shameless Relationship was out, it was just recorded before all of this happened. So the timing seems a little bit weird. I'm gonna just start off of when we recorded. So when in that episode I said that my friend Armin is getting married. By the time that aired in that episode, I should have said he's married, because around that time, when it dropped. So December 30th is when he got married. So on that day was the day that I picked up my keys, which is very weird because I looked at the wrong address, but where they were getting married at was Pittsburgh, and that's a 4-hour drive. And I just thought it was a closer, but it wasn't. So it was just very weird that we tried carpooling together, me and my friends, but I just had errands to run, and one of them being picking up my keys to my new place. So I want to say I left out the house around 9. The wedding started off at 6. So I left out the house around 9. And I came here, to the office and just started signing some paperwork and picked up my keys. And that was just amazing, amazing, amazing. I got back in my car and I was about to leave here, and I was like, can I go check out the place? And I went back inside and I was like, can I go check it out? She's like, yeah. She said, this is your place. Go check it out. Let me know if there's anything wrong, put it on the website, come back to the office and whatever. And I was like, okay. So when I walked in, it just still was mind blowing. I'm like, this is just the building and with a place that I have keys to. I'm just putting keys in this door. Just doesn't feel like mine. And just going around and called up my sisters and my mom and just this is it. And they was like, wow. Cause I was going for a place that was upstairs. I didn't end up getting that place because I was too late on signing off on it. So I ended up coming on the first floor, which was great because with the move, those stairs, it wouldn't have worked out. So I'm glad I'm on the first floor. It really doesn't feel like there's anybody above me either. It's very quiet. So that worked out. So walking in, I didn't know what this place looked like because I didn't check it out. I didn't know what it looked like. And I was just fingers crossed that it's really good. So when I walked in, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then that's how everybody was on the phone, that they were like, okay, that looks really nice. It looks really, really good. And I'm like, yes, happy. The living room is huge. The dining room is not ready, but it is a good space. Kitchen area is awesome. Bathroom is okay. I just feel like I've been seeing a lot of DIY things that I've seen on YouTube that I can get some things that I can put on the floor, the sticky paper, whatever. It just seemed like I can do a little bit up with that bathroom, but it looks good. And then I had my bedroom that was it's amazing. It's a really good first spot, my first crib. I really, really like it. I'm happy. I know that this is this is huge for me because it just seems like with other people, you always got to start off somewhere, first place. Yeah. But I can't wait to move up in the world and get another place and just see how that goes. But I'm happy that I'm here. That was a lot. But just being on the phone with them it was just amazing to see their reactions. And I just said, it just still doesn't feel like this is happening. Like, it just doesn't feel like it's mine, but I gotta go. I gotta get on the road. Um, so I got on the road, listened to some podcasts, some music, and I want to say I got there like around 2 o'clock, I believe. Took like a took a nap, woke up around 4. I should have gave myself time because I wanted to say for the wedding, beautiful wedding, but like what I wanted to go for my look. I bought a dress which was a blue velvet dress, very different, but I did want to go for a chic vintage look. And I love this dress. The downfall about this dress is it just didn't have any like sleeves, so I had to like hold it up, which is my downfall. I had to look at booby tape. I thought it was just going to be easy. Thought it was going to be simple putting this stuff on. No, I had to wrap it around this thing. I had to have another one, but it didn't even give me up the push-up that I had it because I'm like, this just isn't working. It's not working. I didn't want to freak out, but I should have woke up an hour before, like, or just started getting dressed around like 2, or just at least trying to put this shit on. It just, I got it to where the dress held, but not where it was comfortably, like, not moving. It wasn't moving down as much, but it was held, but just not to my liking. It was just a lot. I was like, damn it. I had to do my face. It was beautiful, but the the dress was really nice. I wore stockings that was sheer black stockings, but it had this line of glitter in the back. And I wore my closed-toed heels, and it had like my little gold little things in the back, and I had a gold clutch. It looked very chic. I really liked that, my look. It was really nice. My friends look amazing too because they were on their way to the wedding as well. And then just being in the wedding, oh my gosh, it was just beautiful. Well, not being, it was just being there. It was beautiful. Well, in the colors, his suit, spot on. Her dress, beautiful. I love the kind of boho type of look, off the shoulder. Like it looked so, it was great. Food was amazing. Let's talk about the dancing real fast. It was really fun. And there was this guy that was sitting next to me. I called him Superman because he had the build. The suit was amazing. He also had the glasses. And I was like, hey, you look like Superman. So I saw you gonna do was like snatch off the glasses. And he said like this. And I was like, yeah, just like that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was amazing. He was great. Had a nice conversation with him. And there was like another dude who was like some seats down, but as people started to get up and dance and mingle and whatnot, everybody just started to sit wherever he sat next to me. Before that though, where they got married at was a museum, which was really good. The ceremony was downstairs, and there was like 3 or like probably like 6 floors, but we had access to the 4th floor, and just on different floors they had just many art pieces to see, very different. And we just walked around. My friends, our previous roommate, which was Grace. Oh my gosh. I've met people who was like genuinely funny, but like her right off of the top jokes off her head came off smooth, had me dying. I was like, oh my gosh, Grace, we need to hang out more. We need to hang out more. She was just hilarious. And her friend who we met, who came to the house, the dude that ended up sitting next to me, I'll get to him. He was also walking around the museum with us, and it was like really nice, really cool, immersive museum. And then you just head back downstairs, and then we just started to mingle. We ate, and then there was dancing. So, with leading up to Superman guy was on the floor for a little bit. I saw him cut a rug before. It's so good. And I was just watching him, and I didn't know the moves. I could have got up to try to figure it out, but he just looked too good to watch. The suit and him just, and I was like, oh, God. That's nice. He ended up sitting down. I ended up, like, I was already sitting down. And then the guy, I forget his name. Around the time I knew his name, but I didn't know the face. But like with him, I was like, all right, cool. And he like started talking to me, and I can definitely tell when somebody's flirting with me. I engaged in conversation, but I really wanted the Superman guy. I just didn't have, the wedding didn't have any alcohol there, so I just didn't have the liquid courage to do so. So it's like, ugh, mm, I want to say so much. And it was funny because like around the time before everybody got on the dance floor, they did the where like how long you been married, get on the dance floor, and they just worked their way down. I was waiting for them to say single, and this all came up the day after, like of the things that I should have did. So I should have played it off with him and just saying like, we could fake it, we could fake being married. We get up on the 1 year, and I'll just put my ring on the other finger, and we can just dance, play it off. And I said to really seal it, this is in my head, to really seal it, you can just give me a kiss. And not the kind of like peck, like give me like the little brief, get into it with me. This is what I thought like the next day, but in that moment I just wasn't thinking that. It just never happens. It was just um so I was just sitting there vibing out to the music, and then the guy ended up talking to me again. He was flirting, but it just wasn't. I just wasn't as engaged as I wanted to be. Again, no liquid encouragement, and I'm confident in my talk. I'm a very talkative person. It's like what I do for a living. But it's just I just couldn't with him. Like I just wasn't feeling it with him. And there was this moment where you know a song came on where everybody got up, and like he got up, he said, "Yeah, I see you dancing, but you're not dancing with me." And he did this turn and just did like this, like a little come here type of deal. And I was like, yeah, no, like I was like, oh my gosh, I came with you. And he was like, why not? And I said, no, not like that. Like you're a very cool, funny guy. But I was just like, I didn't know. So we were on the dance floor, everybody's dancing. And then I just hear him like, damn, I fucked that up. And I was like, no, 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 like you're good. Like you're good. You're good. Um, it was really cool. Um, Superman guy went somewhere. And, I mean, everybody enjoyed the night. Oh, they had these cookies to go. They had nothing but a buffet of, like, sweets, and I got a cookie bag, and the cupcake was just fascinating. I regret not going out after because they did, like, say that they were getting, like, some guys and some girls, and they were just gonna go to a nearby bar. And, I don't know, I was just tired. So I was just tired. So I was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna go back." And it was crazy because like, the Superman guy was like, "Yeah, I just hope to see you there." And I just didn't. I just wasn't. I was just, like, out of it. I'm like, "No, I'm just ready to go." Ready to go back to my hotel. I did have an opportunity I was gonna say, like, if you went into, like, come to my hotel, it'd be great, but it didn't happen. But I said, if you're ever in Baltimore, look me up. So hopefully he does. And I know how to reach him through a friend. So shout out to Armin. It was a beautiful wedding. So their wedding happened on a Saturday, and then the 31st came up, which is a Sunday, and then I ended up home. And I didn't end up packing immediately, but I just had like small things I like looked around and like, okay, that can be packed up, that can be packed up, all that other stuff. But before we were just enjoying the night, me and my friends, and eating, drinking. And I want to say it was just weird because around the time, like waiting for the ball to drop, they did the little recap we ended up watching and bringing up the channel, YouTube channel live somewhere. And they did the recap of 2023. And I was very indifferent about what I was watching because it just seems like with previous New Year's and the recap, it's just always positive. But now knowing like this is what's going on in the world, seeing this recap of, people winning tournaments through tennis and games, but then there's also a war going on in Gaza. There's people dying and genocide that was happening, just seeing that all in there. I was like, wow, like I'm happy to see it, but it's just like, wow, I can't believe that this is happening. Duality is a thing. But it's just a real recap of what's going on and to see it. I'm like, I'm happy to see it though. We all need to see it. And I don't know, but Planet Fitness was very like a whole sponsored thing. Like everybody was in purple and gold. Like I was like, what is this New Year's? Like, whoa, wow, wow. But perfect ball drop. I definitely appreciated my friends and said thank you. And it still wasn't sitting with me that, I'm going to be out of this house in a couple days, like it's just wow. So, of course, going back to work, it was crazy because, like, when I did go back to work and then went home, I just started doing, like, small packing. And I could have been robbed. I could have been robbed, but, it didn't happen. It didn't happen at all. It's just when I was packing, I packed it, like, all my games. So it was my PS4, my Oculus, my Nintendo Switch, my Deity. These are, like, very expensive things all in my car, and they were, like, hidden, but they were still all, like, piled up with other things. And I gave myself, like, a small panic attack because, like, I was like, "Oh my gosh, my car. Like, I need to make sure it's all good. Like, I forget that all that stuff is in there. Let me go check." It was fine. So I ended up going to work with all the stuff in there, and then on my way home, I would just drop my stuff off at my apartment and then end up going home and just doing the same thing. So I think with those small things, I just made like three trips. And I want to say what was left was my TV stand. This wasn't put together yet. This was in the garage. This was something this stand I brought 2 years ago, and it just stayed in the garage in the boxes. So I really thought that it was molded. I thought just wasn't good at all, but it ended up great. I actually got this in my car by myself, so I was, like, really, really happy about that. But my other TV stand with my TV all had to be packed away. And, I ended up using my sister's car, and my nephew was helping. He's 18. A scale of 1 to 10, him being, like, a really good driver, I'm gonna say that he's, like, a 7. I said the only thing that he has to work on is, like, driving in the middle of the lane. I say it just seemed like he little bit close on there. But seeing him drive, like, I was a little bit worried, but we made it through. We ended up getting the TV over, the TV stand, and my chair. And then what was left in the room was my bed frame, the bed, and everything else that was in the bathroom. It seemed like it was so little, but it ended up being, like, a lot on the last day of, like, me getting this stuff. So I wanna say the last day it wasn't the day, I wanna say 2 days after my nephew helped, I ended up getting Shaunda to help me, and, she has a two-door Accord, and I have my Kia. And I was like, "Okay." My friends, oh my gosh, my friends really came through because I just asked them if I could have the mattress, and, they said yes, like, it was, amazing. So the mattress ended up, like, folding, which was amazing, but I was like, "Oh my gosh, how are we gonna get it in my car? How are we gonna get it in one of these cars?" It just wasn't fitting. We ended up opening the trunk and, like, really pushing that bitch in there, like, really pushing it. Shawanda was doing most of the work. I was struggling inside of the car, or she was pushing on the outside of the car, but she made it work. It was stuck inside. So I was like, yes, this works out. You just see like a whole mattress just sticking out my trunk. And then everything else, like I had my mirror, I had a lamp, and then it was just other smaller things. And it just didn't seem like it was a lot, but it ended up being a lot. But we fitted in both cars, and I was like, wow, this is it. It still wasn't sitting with me just yet that I was leaving, even while I'm like cleaning out the room and cleaning up the room. Like it just didn't feel like it. It felt like it with Foxy though. Like she was like, I can't believe this is happening. Like this is wild. Look at this. Like look at this room and craziness. And I was like, yeah, this is crazy. And we had our heartfelt goodbye. We had a heartfelt goodbye. It was just I was so happy. Like I was just very happy for them. Like, you guys, this is your house and you finally get to be alone and your dogs. I'm just so happy. I gave Trevor a hug and like she was getting emotional and crying and I'm just like, no, this is like really good. Like this is amazing. She was like, Shauna, I know, but like I'm happy that, you got your own place. I'm just sad that you're leaving and like this, but I'm really happy for you. And I was like, oh, Fox. And she came outside in the cold. Like it was cold. And she came outside in the cold and like gave me a hug and we just had, like, a very tearful goodbye, and I was like, "I'm not a stranger, like, right up the street, I'll be around." She's like, "I know, but, like, still." And I was like, "Yeah, it was just amazing." So then, like, getting all this stuff in here, me and Shawanda ended up, like, pulling, like, a 2 o'clocker, 2 in the AM, putting this stand together, just getting small stuff together, and I'm in my crib, I'm in my apartment, and like this is somewhat done undone. Like I have my stand, I have a chair, I have a rug, I have things for my kitchen. It's just like things are expensive. Oh my gosh. Just need a couch and 2 chairs. I can't wait to show off my place when I do. And I feel like this again is like a temporary spot for this podcast, but I don't know. I don't know. I do like how it looks, so I don't know what it's gonna look like in the future just yet, but I am happy. I'm happy. Um, with that leading to say, I'm gonna say with the person that I was talking to, I think he just ended up like falling off a little bit. Just because of like working with the weather, like with his work, and if the weather messes that up, it push back his work and they have to like bundle up. So his hours are just completely crazy. Um, with me, I feel like I've had nothing but free time, but not really. But I just know how to make myself known and like try to keep up the relationship. But I also seem like I'm pressed for dick, and I'm not pressed for dick at all. It just would be nice to christen up my apartment, and now that I have my own, I just want to see how it is and how it feels. But he just fell through. So hopefully it comes back around. I don't know, speaking things to existence, but I just don't want to seem pressed. So moving on from that, and whoever comes around, comes around. So I'm just try my best to keep up with my dating life, quote unquote, dating life. But hey, it works out here and there. Um, what else? What else? I feel like that's it. I feel like that's it with my little recap of just getting into the space, and things are just coming together slowly. I wanted to come together quickly, but things take time. Things take time. And I have nothing but that. I have nothing but that. Yeah, 2024 is my year, and I'm happy to start this chapter here in my new place. Can't get over it. But okay, so that was my think piece. Moving on to my random thought. My random thought was for my earrings, right? So I have like a couple piercings in my ear, and I clean out my earrings, sitting them in alcohol, letting them do their own thing. Um, when it's with nails, to put them back in, it's very difficult. I wouldn't say even without, it just takes time to put earrings back into my ear. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, why do I do this to myself? I had to look decent without earrings, and also without my hair being done. I just look like a boy. I look like a sexy boy, okay? But still, like, I'm like, wow, without all this accessories, I just don't feel like earrings are just jewelry is just part of people, and it just makes you feel good. And I want to say earrings make me feel good, and it feels feel a little bit more presentable in the face with earrings, and you can tell what I look like with earrings. Me. Um, but it just takes so much time to put them in, and then also taking them off. I know that you're really not supposed to sleep with jewelry in, well, earrings in, because the buildup. I want to say the buildup is horrible. I want to say the ear is just a different place that buildup happens. Like, it's disgusting, and it's just not right. But that's why I clean them. But I feel like they get dirty faster because I sleep with my earrings on. But it's just so much to do to take them off and put them on in the morning. Like, it's like, it takes me like probably like 2 minutes to do so. It takes a while with nails too. Like, it takes a while, maybe a minute without them, but still it's just so much to put on. That was my random thought. Wild. Now, appreciating the little things. I'm going to say with appreciating the little things, I am going to appreciate plastic bags. I miss plastic bags. I've been going into Giants. I forget that I'm like, oh, right, I need a reusable bag because they don't have plastic bags anymore. They have paper bags. I always said like, oh my gosh, like, Ma, I can't wait till we get paper bags. And I like to seeing like that 70s show of them bringing in a paper bag, or any of the movies that show paper bags. And oh my gosh, this is a time where paper bags were like true. You put all your groceries in there. Super inconvenient. I don't like them. I don't like paper bags because like it's multiple trips. It's multiple fucking trips that you have to do. This is why I really, really need to get reusable bags. But still, the plastic bags in the grocery store was already convenient. Like, they were already there. And you just made one trip with those plastic bags. You put them on your arms. If you had multiple, you had the two in your hand, you just chuck it and make that journey to that door. But then to know that you don't have to go back out to your car to get more bags, that's it. I had to do that with paper bags. I have to make multiple journeys to the car and back to my apartment because these are paper bags. I had 2 of them rip on me one time. I swear I put the placement of the food in the perfect, it made sense, but no, it ripped. It's because it's a fucking paper bag. No offense to paper bags. I see what we're doing, Save the World 2024. But I am going to miss plastic bags. So I appreciate plastic bags. I will miss you. And I just got to get reusable ones off of Amazon. That's that. Yes. Oh, right. This is good. This food's really good. I thank you guys for listening. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of I'm Just Sharing with Shaunda. Please remember to rate, like, comment, and subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. You can follow me on TikTok at I'm Just Sharing Pod. And if you like this conversation, if you relate, or if you would just like to share your experience with me and I can share it on here, again, I'm keeping you anonymous, unless you say otherwise. Please email me at imjustsharingpod@gmail.com. Thank you. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.